This health hazard comes from the light we see.
Bad lighting, commonly known as light pollution, causes a wide variety of health and work-related problems. But scientists have made significant advancements in lighting technology that can help. Reporter Annette Sinclair explains why there's more to lighting than meets the eye.
Sunshine. Most of us love it. When we go outdoors to play or to work, we feel invigorated. But many of us are spending far more time indoors, away from natural sunshine, than ever before. It appears that we are becoming a society of indwellers, and it's coming with a price. Spending our waking hours under artificial lighting is taking its toll on our health. That's according to researchers involved in the growing study of how light affects humans and animals. Artificial light, they say, is a source of potentially dangerous pollution. Distorted color, irritating flicker, and annoying glare is affecting our health and work performance. People who work and study under artificial lighting often complain about fatigue, irritation, blurred vision, headaches, and other symptoms. In addition, new research suggests that bad lighting contributes to ailments such as attention deficit disorder, seasonal affective disorder, and even some learning disabilities. Most of us suffer through bad lighting not knowing the risks. We just assume that these lights are quite safe. After all, they are in over 99% of all offices, stores, and schools. Yet the technology behind them is over 75 years old. That's the technological equivalent of driving a 1929 Ford Model A. This is Michael Nevins. He is a pioneer in lighting innovation. For years, he and his company Full Spectrum Solutions of Jackson, Michigan, have studied the effects of light pollution and have led the industry in providing quality lighting solutions. Recently, he has developed a new technology that virtually eliminates all the harmful effects of light pollution. It's called BlueMax lighting.
BlueMax is really the newest technology in lighting. Until recently, lighting is one thing that's really been neglected. We all know good lighting when we see it. It makes us work better and feel better, and it makes everything look better. Like food and water, quality and the purity of light is essential to good health. Quality light to the eye is as important as clean air is to the lungs, and it promotes optimal brain performance. Our goal has been to manufacture clean, crisp, clear light that eliminates all the impurities that cause problems. BlueMax is the latest technology in bringing that optical brilliance of sunlight and bringing that pure light indoors.
Light pollution is a problem we find everywhere, and years of scientific studies confirm exposure to artificial lighting is proving unhealthy. For instance, researchers have determined that bad lighting is the leading cause of many health problems, including eye irritation among workers. This common complaint causes big losses in productivity and employee absenteeism every year. An occupational health study found that many workers complained of irritated eyes at least once a week. Eye irritation is the #1 problem cited by computer users. Other research points to bad lighting as the cause of many other complaints, including some psychological illnesses. Dr. Daniel Fields is a doctor of psychiatry and a leading expert in light-related illnesses. Does light really affect people psychologically and physically?
Yes, it does. As I've found in my practice, the issue of work in the workplace, I've found that basically with dark rooms or rooms without windows, that it definitely improves productivity for my employees. And in addition, with my patient population, there seems to be a component of seasonal type of mood changes with a number of folks.
The unhealthy side of lighting is gaining greater awareness around the world. In fact, some governments are beginning to enact legislation to eliminate bad lighting altogether. Recently, some governments in Europe and Australia have banned the use of standard types of fluorescent tubes in their government buildings. In the United States, legislation known as the Americans with Disabilities Act recommends that American companies do the same.
More workplace illumination solutions like BlueMax are desperately needed. We found that good lighting reduces eye strain, glare, and headaches, and BlueMax eliminates all of these ailments. We've seen higher productivity with students, lower absenteeism, higher test scores, and better grades. Natural BlueMax is the best option.
We see some clear-cut issues there with some seasonal patterns, and has been adjusted either by placing the lights in the school or and having them at home. I think both are needed. The classrooms are in essentially dark rooms with just lighting rather than any sort of sunlight coming in. And we've requested of the school district to put lights in the room for a particular patient or patients that I've had. And lo and behold, we find out probably about a third to upwards of a half of the classroom, including teachers, benefit from this intervention.
It is estimated that 10 million Americans suffer from a health problem known as seasonal affective disorder. Another 25 million have a lesser ailment known as winter depression, and 75% of sufferers in both groups are women.
Generally, you have lowered energy, less ability to focus on situations. Oftentimes, your appetite goes up, you gain weight. Some people actually will suffer some depressive type of symptoms that cause some cognitive type of problems, some thinking problems, in other words. So it's an issue that needs to truly be addressed in a number of different ways.
Since we are surrounded by the unhealthy effects of insufficient lighting everywhere we go, what can be done? Well, fortunately, there are those who are actively seeking ways to improve indoor lighting.
Natural lighting like BlueMax is really the best type of light. It improves your vision, increases your health. Why don't manufacturers make this light? Because it's not easy, but it can be done and be done well. So how do we make this light? We pattern after nature's best light, the sun. If you look at the evolution of indoor lighting, the earliest indoor lighting came from the sun itself through cave openings, windows, and doorways. Nighttime illumination came from fire by way of a fireplace, candle, or torchlight. Indoor lighting evolved into various types of oil lamps, kerosene lanterns, and gas lights, then to incandescent electric light in 1879. In the late 20s, fluorescent lighting came on the scene, and that is what we have lived with pretty much since. Recently, there have been advances in lighting technology that have created what has been called full-spectrum lighting. It is close, but our goal has always been to capture the brilliance of sunshine and bring it indoors. Now we've done that with BlueMax, which is now available to customers and to businesses.